Welcome to episode 79 of Squib Kick Radio. I am your host, as always, Elias Powell, and I'm joined here by both Harry Burton and Riley Pollock. How are we doing today, boys?
I'm doing all right. You know, it's we're getting close to Christmas, but it doesn't seem very Christmassy around here. We got some snow last night, which sucks, but is also good because it was all green and stuff. So it gets you a little bit more in the spirit, but you know, just excited to talk about a huge Week 14.
Yeah, I'm like Rawls. The Christmas spirit is flowing in this house, so feeling good, ready for this week.
I am also ready for Week 14. We got some pretty big games, and we're just going to launch right into some of the news and noteworthy activity that's been going on in the NFL. We're going to start by talking about Tuesday's game, another rare Tuesday game, which has been lovely, and the Ravens appear to have gotten back on track.
Yeah, Lamar came back, didn't really show much rust, had a huge run for a touchdown against the Cowboys. I mean, it's a game that, you know, you just expect the Ravens to win, and they did as expected.
Yeah, the Cowboys came in ranked 32nd in all aspects of defense. So,
is that good?
No, they are in fact the worst.
Yeah, I didn't catch like a whole bunch of this game, honestly. I had a late gym sesh that night, but it from the highlights that I saw, it just seemed like the Ravens kind of just took care of business. Wasn't really much cause for concern after the half anyway.
Yeah, they pretty much just dominated the Cowboys. There wasn't really much to the game, in all honesty.
Jalen Hurts, now named the Eagles starter, Eli. We had this conversation on the last epi, whether we thought they should roll with Wentz or not. We all thought like maybe sticking with Wentz was the right call, but clearly the Eagles ready for a different quarterback and maybe a spark in that offense.
Yeah, it's an interesting play, in my opinion.
Give Hurts some time to play. Give him some time to play, I guess, maybe. But they have Carson Wentz under a huge contract still for like the next 2 or 3 years. So
yeah, like he's technically still on his rookie deal. His extension hasn't even kicked in yet.
Yeah.
So
I mean, so that's what I'm wondering.
It's gonna be tough to unload that to a team. Like,
yeah,
we'll see.
That's a lot of money on the bench.
They'll definitely, if they do look to move him, they're going to be eating a lot of that salary for sure. But yeah, that's what I was sort of getting at. Is it's interesting to see if this is a move for the future or a move to, you know, just get out of this season.
Make it like a QB competition next year going into camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I like Jalen Hurts. We'll see if he can spark that team a little bit. I mean, they're not even out of the race right now for that top spot in their division, so we'll see if he can string a couple wins together.
Yeah.
The Steelers suffered their first loss, boys, and it was embarrassing, really. The football team, Alex Smith playing winning football since coming in as the starter. I mean, comeback player of the year locked up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they take out the Steelers, and the Steelers haven't looked great for a few weeks now. Like, they've kind of just done enough. They barely beat a Baltimore team with like 40 dudes out.
This was a short
maybe
week
this is the wake-up call they need.
This was a short week for them, wasn't it? Like, I think this was like a predicted loss. Or
it's like a Sunday to a Thursday game, though. Like, it's not like it's unprecedented.
Yeah.
Like, they went from Wednesday to Monday, which is just the same as going from like a Sunday to a Thursday.
And then the week before that, they had their schedule screwed with COVID as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, but like, still, I mean, if you're an 11-0 team, you shouldn't be losing to Washington.
Yeah.
Steelers are a good team, though. Maybe it's just the wake-up call they need. We'll see.
Yeah.
They're turning downwards, though.
Yeah, I don't consider them the best team in the AFC.
No, I don't either.
Our boy Drew, Eli, he might be coming back from like 1,000 broken ribs next week.
Yep.
which would be huge for the Saints, huge for fantasy owners, because, if you're in the playoffs with Kamara, which I'm not, he has been brutal with Taysom Hill, just because Taysom Hill sucks. So it'd be nice for Drew Brees to come back and set the balance in that offense again, even though they're 3-0 with Taysom Hill.
I disagree with you. I think they look good with Taysom Hill. I think their offense is still flowing. It's just not as reliant on Kamara. I don't know.
It's a different offense.
I mean, he threw his first 2 ever touchdown passes last week in his 3rd start.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I thought they played the Falcons.
From what I've watched, I thought that he still played pretty good. But
they played the Falcons in 2 out of their 3 games with him as a starter. It's not the best defense to compare for your quarterback.
Yeah, no, I agree. But Sean Payton's also historically really good when working with Drew Brees replacements.
Yes. Yeah, he just.
I'm pretty sure he's undefeated with Drew Brees.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Teddy Two Gloves did last year in all his games, but
I think he won all of them.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think you're right, Eli.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones back on track to return this week for the division-leading New York Football Giants. So that's a huge ad for them again. Colt was pretty good though, better than I expected him to be anyway. But you want your starting quarterback when you're leading a division at 5-7.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Coming off a big win against Seattle too. It was brutal.
Colt McCoy did look good though, but yeah, at least Giants fans can be reassured they have an option to still win their division.
Exactly.
If Jones goes down again.
Washington and the Giants are 1-2 in that division right now.
Which is wild.
Yeah. James Conner finally activated back from the COVID list. I think he missed, was it 2 games?
Yeah.
So he'll be back this week. Good for us because we have him in the Squib League. Made playoffs, boys. We'll get to that later, but we got the job done.
Big for the Steelers, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they need. I mean, their run game hasn't been great without him, and he's a good receiving back, too, so definitely another weapon to add for Big Ben, his receivers dropped 6 passes in that game against Washington. It's tough to fault Big Ben, and I feel like Claypool got banged up or something. He only played 44% of the snaps with Deontay Johnson and Juju dropping everything that came their way, so got to be something wrong there. McCaffrey, Eli, much to your happiness and delight to make fun of Teddy in our fantasy football league. Another injury. He's limited at practice with a quad injury now, Eli.
He's trending like he's not going to play this week.
Well, luckily for Teddy, he's got a bye. But still, guy hasn't played.
Broken season for the highest earning running back in the NFL.
Yeah. Dez tested positive on game day against the Cowboys. He was pissed, went on Twitter and basically said he's quitting for the season again. He's pissed off, and now he's tested negative 2 days in a row, so he's even more pissed off.
Yeah.
He got pulled out of warm-ups.
False positive.
Yeah.
He's looking like what it was, but, I mean, it's kind of tough for the guy. The Ravens have sent him basically in every area of their organization. He's been up and down from the practice squad a few times, starting, not starting, getting pulled from games. So I think he might just
probably pretty frustrated.
Yeah, I think he's pretty frustrated, but we'll see if he comes back.
Yeah. Antonio Gibson has the worst injury in professional sports. The dreaded turf toe.
Yep.
Had it last year. Pretty sure I've mentioned it on the pod before. Worst injury I've ever had in my whole life.
It's not nice.
Good luck to him. It feels like your foot is broken.
Have you ever torn your ACL?
I have not, but turf toe's worse, for sure.
It's interesting.
We're gonna need a demonstration. Eli, I like where your head's at.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to go tear your ACL, Riley.
I'll do it for the pod, boys.
It's the only true way to know.
Broncos corner AJ Boye suspended 6 games for PEDs. That's another, like, what's that, 4 players now?
Yeah, in a
3
couple
players
weeks.
now in the past couple weeks that have got the 6-game suspy. Not a good time to be a cheater. And finally, boys, my question of the week. I like it this week. Is it a 2-horse MVP race between Mahomes and Rodgers? Mahomes' numbers: 3,815 yards, 31 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers: 3,392 yards, 36 touchdowns, 4 ints, and Rodgers just hit the 400 mark in touchdowns. And he did so only throwing 88 interceptions that entire time. So that's pretty sick, too. But do you see anyone besides these two up at the top?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
It's definitely the 2-horse race. It was interesting like 4 weeks ago, but yeah, everyone's sort of flattened out.
Yeah. We thought Russell Wilson was going to get his first, but...
Yeah, he pretty much gave it to him like in week 6.
He blew it. So, we all agree, 2-horse race.
I mean, I personally think it's like a 1-horse race. I don't see Mahomes losing this again this year.
Rodgers has 5 more TD passes than him. We'll see.
I mean,
they might give it to the old man.
Yeah, but he has 2 more losses.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the season goes here. It's Green Bay definitely has some struggles on the defensive end. Mahomes has a million more weapons. But
That's true.
Rodgers has arguably the best receiver weapon in the league.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. Eli, Harry, you got anything else news-wise this week?
No, I haven't really heard much other than what we've covered.
Perfect.
Missing fantasy playoffs for the first time ever. So
Yeah.
Not super stoked about that, but
It's a tough one.
cursed year.
And you, I believe you finished second in the league in points for.
I think it was first.
Eli beat me.
Well,
Eli beat me in points for by 0.8 points.
Ah,
Yep.
there you go. Top guy in our fantasy league misses playoffs.
Cursed year.
That our playoffs is gonna be sick. I know no one cares, but like, there's some good teams this year. This is the most even year we've had in our 7 years for sure. Well, let's move on to week 14 then, Eli.
All right.
What's going on tonight? We got Thursday nighter as we record, or just before, or just after.
New England versus the Rams. I don't know. I personally don't see this being a good game.
No?
Where is it? Is it in New England?
In Los Angeles.
Yeah, that'll mean it's not going to be as good. I mean, the Patriots did just shellac somebody. I can't remember who it was last week where they just obliterated them.
The Chargers,
45
45
the Chargers,
zip.
Yeah, 45 zip. So
they've been staying in LA this whole time. So
yeah,
it's not even like a trip for them right now.
I know, but it's more so
hot.
like it's more so the Patriots playing at Gillette is what's the big deal more than them having or would have been traveling, but they didn't travel. That's
I see the Rams winning this, but New England's had really good games this year and
really
a bit of
their swagger
shitty
back.
games. So you never really know what this Patriots team's going to give you week in and week out.
Yeah, I don't know. I am going to watch for Jalen Ramsey to lock down whoever Cam wants to throw the ball to. Yeah. So, and then also have a nice little meeting with Aaron Donald. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think this is I think the Patriots are going to probably lose by, I don't know, I want to say 10.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. But yeah, that's a Thursday nighter tonight. And then Mahomes boy versus the Dolphins.
This won't be a good one either.
Well, the Dolphins D looked unbelievable for about 3 weeks. It seems like KC's just kind of doing enough right now. Like, their game against Denver was nothing special, but at the same time, it was never in doubt last week, you know? They had 2 touchdowns called back. Like, by no means did it feel like a close game. So, yeah, I agree. I think KC will win quite handily, but, you know, I'm more watching to see if Tua can do anything.
Yeah, I mean, KC's defense is not a bad defense.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see about that as well. I think KC will take it pretty handily. The Cards and the Giants could be a good game, though.
Yeah.
Giants have been playing well lately.
Yeah, and the Cards have been underperforming. Yeah.
Harry, what's your boy Kyler up to over there?
I wish I could tell you, Rouse. I wish I could tell you. It's been hurting. He and Cliff need to sit down and figure it out. Because he hasn't been running the ball at all. And that's his biggest strength. So
I think his shoulder injury is worse than it's being let on.
I think so too.
But we'll have to see. I mean, Giants win that game. They've got a pretty good hold of that division. And Arizona kind of needs to stay in the playoff race here.
Yeah. They absolutely do.
Speaking of Harry's teams, the Raiders barely beat the Jets.
I think this could be the best game we've talked about so far.
Yeah,
I think so too. The Raiders needed the Jets to lose on purpose to win last week.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Indy,
there's no way
pretty good football team.
There's no way it was on purpose because then
it was the first time that since they've tracked stats in the last 15 years, that in a prevent situation they sent 6 pass rushers on a Hail Mary.
But then they fired their defensive coordinator, so they just hung that guy completely out to dry. Then.
Yeah, well, you gotta. What are they going to do? Allow that? Everyone's getting fired at the end of the season anyway.
Yeah.
It makes 0 sense to send 6 and play man in a prevent situation.
Just makes me lose more respect for that organization than I already have from that game.
They're tanking.
They are very clearly tanking.
But yeah, this could be a really good football game. Depending, I haven't seen if Jacobs is good to go yet or not, but it seemed like he was
he's
practicing
upwards.
limitedly last week, so I'd assume he's going to be good this week. Yeah. Atlanta and the Chargers. Not a good game statistically, but a good game probably entertainment-wise. 2 pretty good offenses, 2 pretty bad defenses. And both teams love to blow fourth-quarter leads, so who's going to blow it? That's the question.
I think historically we know.
But it should be entertaining.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, the Chargers had what was it? They had 6... The first 6 weeks, they didn't have a game where they lost by more than 7 points, but they were like 1-5 or something.
Yeah.
Like, they love to blow close games, and the Falcons also do. So it'll be fun. This is the game of the week.
Chargers they have a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, but he's sick, and the rookie of the year. And it's never his fault. It seems defensively they blow it.
It's true.
Game of the week, Pittsburgh-Buffalo. Yes?
Yes,
Agreed.
100%.
I think it's the 2 and the 3 seed I guess technically the 1 and the 3 seed in the AFC. I would say the 2nd and 3rd best teams, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would...
I was just going to say, they're both high-flying offense.
Buffalo
I really hope...
And a good D.
really hope the...
Yeah.
I hope the Bills show up for this one. I think they can turn some heads if they win this game, to be honest.
The Bills were unreal on Monday.
Yeah.
They looked like a well-oiled
Josh
machine.
Allen was slinging the ball.
And single-handedly, Beasley and Allen ruined my playoff chances.
Same. Coincidentally.
So, that sucks. And then last one, huge division rivalry game. The 9-3 Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens, who have not looked their best this season. This is a huge game for both teams. Baltimore's in that wild card race. Cleveland's at the top of the wild card right now. It's this is huge, and it just adds to an already big rivalry.
Yeah, this one, it'll be a spicy game for sure. I think this one will be really good.
I gotta give it up
I would, again,
gotta give
this
it
is
up
another
to
one.
Baker for his last performance. So I actually think they have a chance. Baltimore.
I would like to see Cleveland come out and make a statement here.
I can see it.
They got to establish that run against the good front seven.
Yeah.
The way to win those games is to establish the run, especially in Cleveland. Look what happens when teams are keen on the run. I mean, Baker had his best game of the season last week.
Yeah.
So,
surprise everyone, though.
Yeah. And it still didn't get him any closer to winning a sandwich for Eli.
Unfortunately not.
But
anything helps now, though. I mean,
that's true. I think
string a couple of those games together.
Yeah, I think he got you to within 555 yards now, as opposed to like 620 from last week.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's pretty much all the big games. Seven pretty decent games at least this week, boys.
Yeah.
All right. I have something very special for you boys this week. I want us to rank all 32 of the NFL teams, rapid fire style. Very minimal conversation. If you really feel like you need to explain yourself because we oof you or something, go ahead, but like keep it to like 5 seconds. We're going to rank all 32 teams into one of 6 categories. Either elite, contender, good, meh, bad, or garbage. Do we understand the rules? I'm just going to fire a team name out at you. We'll alternate divisions.
Should we go through the elite? And
I think we should just go divisionally.
Oh, fuck. That's not how I organized my sheet, Rawls.
Well, that's the way she goes, because everyone's going to have different ones.
Oh, that's what you get for.
I'm going to say a team name, and you're going to tell me what. I'm going to say a team name. You're going to tell me what category you have them in.
Okay.
We're going to start with the AFC North. Eli, for these 4, you will say yours first, then Harry. Pittsburgh Steelers.
They're a contender.
Harry?
Elite.
I'm going to go with contender as well. Cleveland Browns.
They're good.
Meh.
Harry?
Meh.
I'm going to go... Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go with good as well. Not quite a contender. Not sold on Baker.
Not sold on Baker.
Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, that's fair. Baltimore Ravens.
They are bad.
They are meh. No, they're good.
You're going to go with good?
Yeah.
Okay. You have them in the bad category, Eli. I would like an explanation on that, please.
Well, I just don't think they're very good. Their offense sucks. Their defense is all right. It's not your prototypical Baltimore defense. I think if Baltimore had the same defense they had, last year or the year before, they could maybe jump up 2 categories into the good category. But yeah, I'm not sold on it, dude. I don't think they move the ball.
I'm tossing them in the good. And finally, from the AFC North, the Cincinnati Bengals.
They are garbage.
Yeah, they are hot garbage.
Yeah, they have to go straight in the garbage for me, too. All right, Harry, you start this one. AFC South, Tennessee Titans.
They are good.
Eli?
Also good.
I would have to go with good, too. Close to contenders, but they've shown me some stuff this year that just makes me not think that they're contenders. Harry, the Indianapolis Colts.
They are good.
Yeah, I also have them. I also have Indy as good.
Me too. All right, 2 good teams in the AFC South so far. Harry, the Houston Texans.
They are bad.
They are also bad in my books.
I'm going to give them a meh because they have an elite quarterback. And finally, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They're garbage. Oh, I broke protocol. Whoops.
They are tanking garbage. Everyone knows.
Big. Okay, so we've got 2 garbage teams so far. All right. All right, Eli. AFC East, Buffalo Bills.
They are a contender.
Harry?
Contender.
Yep, I would have to agree. Close to the elite category if they can continue their performance from last week.
If they had one less loss, I would put them in elite.
Yeah, I agree. The Miami Dolphins, Eli.
The Dolphins are in meh in my books.
They're
fringe.
I'd say they're good.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go meh too, just because I'm still pissed off that they took out Fitzmagic. Now this is a hard one for me. I don't know how hard it was for you guys, but the New England Patriots, Eli.
The Patriots. Where do I have the Patriots?
I'd say meh.
Yeah. Patriots are bad.
Okay, a meh, a bad. I'm gonna go with a bad as well. Just not a whole lot around that team. Like Bill Belichick has said, they've had to give away a lot of picks to win championships. I don't even know why I'm asking this one. This one's the hottest of garbage. The New York Jets, Eli.
They are, in fact, garbage.
Yeah, they're not questionable.
I'm going to say they're elite at tanking, and therefore garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Harry. Big division here for you. The AFC West, the final division of the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs, Harrison Burton.
They're elite.
Yep. Elite.
Yep. Three
They're
elites.
one of my two elite teams.
I believe I have two elite teams as well. Harry, your Las Vegas Raiders. I'm sure there will be no bias here.
No, there actually will not be after that Jets game. They're good.
Eli?
I have them as meh.
Fair. I'm going to go good, low end of good. They've had two really bad weeks here going into week 14. Got crushed by the Falcons. Barely beat the Jets, so I'm going to go good, but close to meh. Denver Broncos, Harry.
They are meh.
Eli?
The Broncos are bad.
Yeah, bad for me too. I think Drew Lock has potential. Can't stay healthy. Team is hurt super bad. Ooh, this is another tough one for me. Harry, the Los Angeles Chargers.
They're bad.
I have garbage. Los Angeles Charger garbage.
I'm going to have to go with garbage too because of their coaching. They're brutal. They have the worst coaching in the league. Their special team sucks. Their head coach sucks. Garbage for me. All right, we're into the NFC. Eli, the Green Bay Packers.
Packers are contenders.
Contenders.
I will also say contenders. Possible MVP on that team. The Minnesota Vikings.
I have them as bad.
I'd say meh. No,
I'm going to go with bad as well.
I'd say good, actually.
Okay, two bads and a good.
Wow,
Harry, why that?
Difference.
Justin Jefferson is starting to light it up. Their defense flashes moments. Dalvin Cook is a stud.
Yeah. They're worse than they should be, for sure, at 6-6, in my opinion. All right, the Chicago Bears.
The Bears are bad.
They are bad.
Bad. Yep. Started 5-1, now 5-7.
7, yeah.
The Detroit Lions.
They're also bad.
I'd say they're meh.
I'm going to go with bad as well. Poor Matt Stafford. That's all I got to say. The kid's a beast. Has no help. All right, into the NFC South. Harry Burton, the New Orleans Saints.
They are contenders.
Oh, I have the Saints as my other elite team.
I as well have them as the other elite team. 9 wins in a row right now after starting the season 1 and 2. The Tampa Bay Bucks, Harry.
They are good. They have moments, but then they have bad moments.
Eli?
Sorry, what team?
The Bucks.
Oh, they're good.
I have meh the Bucks. So we have 2 goods and a meh. I just think that they've shown some really bad flashes, and I don't see them. They might be, oh God, like the 6th or 7th best team in the division when Tom hasn't been great in a while. So I'm manging them. All right, Harry, my Atlanta Falcons.
They are bad. I went easy on them and didn't call them garbage, Rouse, just for you. They're bad.
Thank you. They're +9 in points for this year, and they're 4-8.
I think the Falcons are garbage.
I'm also going to throw them in the bad category with a improvement out of the garbage category from earlier this year. +9 at 4-8. That's stupid. The Carolina Panthers, Harry.
They are bad. Especially with Christian McCaffrey hurt for a majority of the season. Yeah. They're bad.
Eli?
They're garbage.
See, I'm going to garbage them because they have the same record as the Falcons, but are -20 in points for and against. So they can suck it. All right. 2 divisions left. Eli, I'm going to give you the choice as our fearless host. Do you want the NFC East or the NFC West?
Give me the West.
Okay. The Los Angeles Rams.
Rams are good.
Good.
I have them as contenders.
Ooh.
I think that they could represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Their defense is gross. They have the best corner and the best defensive lineman in the league. And maybe one of the best head coaches that has somehow turned Jared Goff into a usable quarterback. Your Seattle Seahawks, Eli.
I'm in the same category. I think they're just good.
Harry?
They've played their way out of contender caliber.
I agree.
3 goods for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Just not good enough on defense, and Russ hasn't looked himself. The Arizona Cardinals, Eli.
I have the Cards as meh.
Harry, you gonna meh your boy Kyler?
No, they're good.
I'm mehing them as well. They just haven't shown me enough to good them yet. 6-6, lost 3 in a row.
When they're good, they're good.
Yeah, but they haven't been good lately.
Yeah.
Going into week 14, I'm mehing them.
We'll see.
And finally, Eli, the San Francisco 49ers.
I have the Niners as meh as well.
No, they're bad.
Yeah, I'm going to bad the 49ers, but it's at no fault of their own. It's injury bad, which sucks for them. All right, and the final division, the worst division in football, Harry Burton, the NFC East's New York Giants.
They're good. No, they're meh. No, they're meh. I was like, good is too good. Meh. I'd say meh.
Eli?
Giants are bad.
You're batting them, hey? 4 wins in a row. Started 1-7, now 5-7, and lead the division. But they are -34 in point differential, and they lead the division. Yeah, I'm gonna bad them, but they're at the top of the bad for me. I feel like they're crawling into meh category. The Washington football team, Harry.
They are meh. Very
Eli?
meh.
Yeah, I have them as meh as well. They're fringe guys.
Yeah, I'm mehing Washington. They're somehow +4, though. That's nice for them, hey? Alex Smith leading them on a bit of a charge, tied for the division lead. But the Giants have won both matchups, so they have the tiebreaker. So 3 mehs for the football team. Philadelphia Eagles, change at quarterback, Harry. Where do you have them?
They're bad. They're bad.
Eli?
Eagles are garbage.
I'm going to bad the Eagles. But they're close to garbage. But bad. And finally, final team on the list, deservedly so, Harry Burton, the Dallas Cowboys.
They are meh. They look better with Andy Dalton.
Wow.
Eli?
They're garbage.
The Dallas Cowboys have the second worst point differential in the league at -125, and for that, I throw them in the garbage.
Yeah. Their defense is ranked 32 in every category. They're terrible.
Yep. Well, that was fun, boys. I'm glad we did it. It was an idea that popped into my head while I was having a nap the other day. So, glad we ran through it. I'm going to post the results after we post the episode, maybe Sunday morning, so people have some reading before the games. How do you think about that?
Very good, sir.
Picks time?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's crush some picks, boys.
I've never seen you so excited for the picks section.
I'm back in the win column. Last week, I went 3-1. Had Buffalo +1 versus San Fran, which won. Washington +7 versus Pittsburgh. That was my little feather in my cap last week. Washington pulling out the win as well. Indy -3 versus Houston won. The only one that lost was Falcons +3. They had their chances. Just couldn't quite get it done, but I was proud of the effort from the boys. 3-1. I'm now 18, 27, and 3. Trying to get back towards 500 here. Eli went 2-2, still hanging on to first place. He also had Buffalo +1 versus San Fran. Indy -3 versus Houston. He lost with Arizona +3 versus the Rams. And Seattle -11 versus the Giants. You were unsure of the -11, Eli, but you were pretty sure that the Seahawks were going to win that at least.
Yeah, it was just a tough one.
You're now 24, 22, and 2 after your 2-2 week. Harry also went 2-2. He's in second place right now. Detroit +3-1 against Chicago. Buffalo +1 versus San Francisco. Good work, boys. We all picked a game and it won.
That was a pretty easy one.
KC, I could not believe that spread. KC -13.5 versus Denver lost. And the Raiders -8 versus the Jets lost. So Harry's 22, 24, and 2. So standings. Eli, 24, 22, and 2 is 2 games ahead of Harry going into week 14 and 5.5 games up on me going into week 14. So I may have had a good week, but still in the basement. I will start with week 14 picks, boys. Taking the Falcons -2.5 versus the Chargers. Like what I've seen from the squad the past couple weeks, even if they didn't get a win against the Saints, I think they're going to beat a bad Chargers team. I'm going to take the Saints -7 versus Philly. I don't think Hurts does much for them. Taysom Hill should be all right. I mean, Philly's defense is pretty good. It might... that 7's gross. I think New Orleans wins. The 7 might be pushing it, but I'm taking it. I'm going to take Buffalo -2.5 versus Pittsburgh. I think they're a better football team and playing better recently. And I'm going to take Houston -2 versus Chicago in what could be a pretty close game. I think Houston might win by a field goal, boys. Harry, what's going on in week 14? What are you doing to catch Eli this week?
I'm just keeping it going. I've got Baltimore -2 versus Cleveland. Still not sold on Baker. He had a good week, but whatever. It's Baker. Pittsburgh +2 versus Buffalo. That's going to be a shootout. I just like the spread. Who knows? It's going to be a close game. Houston -2 versus Chicago. Chicago is terrible. And I've got New Orleans -7 versus Philly. Philly's... Yeah, I agree with you, Rawls. -7 is steep, but I really just don't think it's going to be a competitive game at all. So, one more time, that's Baltimore -2 versus Cleveland, Pittsburgh +2 versus Buffalo, Houston -2 versus Chicago, and New Orleans -7 versus the Eagles.
All right, good picks, Harry. Good picks. We have 2 the same, and then we're going to head in another one. Eli, you're sitting on the top of the mountain right now. How are you going to kick Harry down that hill this week?
Yeah, me and Harry are deviating from similar picks as we usually do. So I'm going to go Washington +3.5 versus San Fran.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tampa Bay -6.5 versus Minnesota. I'm going to go Arizona -2.5 versus the Giants. And Green Bay -8 versus Detroit.
All right.
So I think this could be a determining week.
Yeah,
for the standings moving forward.
I don't love them this week, Eli. I'm not going to lie.
That's okay. You don't have to.
I like the Washington. I like the Washington.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Washington should win that game. But we'll see. All right. That's our picks, boys. I'll run through Survivor real quick here. We lost 2 people last week, boys. We're down to 9 of 85 going into week 14. One of the dudes didn't make a pick, boys.
Ooh.
Week 13, and you don't make a pick. So, and the other one was a Seattle loss. So,
it's another tough one.
Yeah. A lot of Raiders picked this week, so that could have really blown it up if the Jets wouldn't have blown it. But yeah, 9 of 85 left. Fantasy update. We're going to run through all the playoff matchups this week. We finished 7-6. Finished in the playoffs as the 6th seed out of 8. We play Cook, a.k.a. Pop Lockett, Drop It. We're the underdogs, boys. We're projected to lose by 5. He's the 3 seed, I believe, so we'll see how that goes. The birthday boy, Big Grape Fuchs, a.k.a. Milton Alexander's taking on friend of the show, Robbie's Rad Team. We have Cole, the number 1 seed. His name is Waffles for some reason. Oh, because he ate waffles as a punishment last year. Had to go to Denny's and eat the waffles. So he goes from worst to first from his other league. He's taking on LaRock. His name is Digging for Logs. Don't get it.
That's a good one.
I don't get the logs part, but whatever. And the final matchup is Eric's team versus the champ, a.k.a. Kenneth, who won last year as the 8th seed. This year he comes in as the 2nd seed, boys. So the champ trying to make it back-to-back jerseys won by Squib.
It's an exciting time in fantasy playoffs.
Robbie versus Fuchs is a huge one.
Yeah, it'll be good.
In terms of bets, I have updated it again. Eckler versus Sanders. Sanders had 31 yards total last week. 631 on the ground for the year. Eckler moving slightly towards him, only 303 yards behind now.
Oof.
You still got a shot, Eli. As for Baker's passing yards, Eli has him 1st to 8th in the AFC. Harry has him 9th to 16th, of course. This for an Italian star sandwich. Baker now 555 yards back of Ryan Tannehill for 8th in the AFC to get Eli that sandwich. Right now, Harry probably feeling pretty comfortable with that 6-pack and the Sandy boys.
Looking forward to that Sandy.
All right. Well, that is all we have for today's episode. So, as always, check us out on the social medias at Squib Kick Radio. And with that, we will talk to you guys next week. Good luck to those that are in fantasy football quarterfinals.
Peace.
I got you stuck off the realness. Think not this shit's too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Rock you in your face. Dab your brain with your nose bone. I'm a vampire walking on the surface of the sun.